with you, that's a luxury. Hit boy, work with you, that's a luxury. Don't step on my Crocs, D's. Fresh out the beta game in my jeans. Black, slap, what do that mean? It mean a banging. Have my hand out, let me hang. These new can't with me. If I do a song with you, that's a luxury. If hit boy work with you, that's a luxury. Don't step on my Crocs, these luxury. Luxury. Ha, these luxury. Ha, luxury. Ha, ha, they can't with me. Slow it. I ain't finna stop till they make the rap blow it. Shout out Ya, she was with me at my lowest. Best baby daddy in the world and you know it. I thought that I was done, he said hop back in. Made it to the league, this is not Pac-10. Headline set, that's a big back end. Let the beat drop, bring that back in. Fresh out the beta game in my jeans. Black, slap, what do that mean? It mean a banging. Have my hand out, let me hang it. Ay, these no can't with me. If I do a song with you, that's a luxury. If hit boy work with you, that's a luxury. Don't step on my Crocs, these luxury.
It's week 3 of the NFL, and we'll see the dynamic Michael Penix Jr. He comes in 4th in the league in passing this year. It's the Falcons and the Lions, and it's all up next on EA Sports.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gordon along with Charles Davis. And Charles, we take a look at this Falcons team as they enter play. It's been a great start to the season, back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot of season to go, but they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way.
Meanwhile, for the Lions here, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
As of this morning, summer officially over. It's time for autumn football, and we're underway on EA Sports. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the guy out of California, the former Cal Bear, Jared Goff.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. One touchdown pass. So he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That's a start they can live with. 15 yards on their first play from scrimmage. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Another run for Gibbs here. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. You talk about this Falcon defense. They were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in, and run, 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Now Goff. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. St. Brown in motion right. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. From the gun, here's Goff. That is caught, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams, his second touchdown on the season. And the Lions are on the board first here this afternoon. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it was Jamison Williams wrapping things up with a touchdown. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
And he's off to a fantastic start to the season. Already 8 touchdown passes in just his first 2 weeks of the year. Now, I don't think that's a pace he's going to be able to sustain, but at the very least, he's got this offense humming here to start things out.
Come 19! Come 19! Ready! Go!
Here's Penix. Got an open man. It's McLeod. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. Back to Robinson now on first down. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The Falcons at 2-0 here to begin the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
He'll get this into the hands of the rookie from Miami. And now they're in the hurry-up. To the air, Penix. Forced out to his left. That's complete to Mooney. And down inside the 15 he goes. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down. That's a great example right there to remind everyone of what a weapon he can be as a mobile quarterback, Charles. Nice play to escape the pocket and get his offense into the red zone with a first down.
And defensive coaches losing their mind on that play because they knew about his mobility coming in, and they preached all week long. If he gets outside the pocket, find receivers in your area and cover them. Otherwise, plays like that will continue to result.
2nd down and 8.
Here we go.
They'll run again here with Robinson. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. And looking to throw, Penix. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Koo knocks this one through the post. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Back to throw. Goff. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And they'll take over here following the interception with good field position and a chance to take the lead with a touchdown. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll throw with Penix. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Robinson on a give right side. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. On 3rd down, Robinson. And Robinson will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack, going to stop him short of the 1st. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
79 Broncos. Go.
On the bootleg, it's Penix. This to Pitts, and he's got him. Touchdown, Atlanta. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Falcons' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. So this drive spanned Falcons. And it was the tight end Kyle Pitts finishing it all off on the touchdown reception. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. And Detroit getting set to go now. Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this third drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of a tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's the tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
Second down and 4. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And some room to work. Inside the 20. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to move back in front. Extra point attempt here still to come. And that makes it 14-10. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. A solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
Let's go.
From the shotgun, it's Penix. That one deep for London. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Now Penix. Looking deep here from Mooney. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Lions will take over. Jahmyr Gibbs and the rest of the offense headed back out. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. Gone. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now it's gone. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches as we just saw him do there because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have.
Down the numbers. There he goes. And he makes it all the way down to the 19. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Here's Goff. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Goff now looks to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. A good pickup there. 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Here's Goff. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Bates' kick is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that is incomplete. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll get started down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, and it's the Saints who are out in front. Alvin Kamara with 2 touchdowns thus far. Next, we'll stay right here in the Sunshine State and head up to Tampa to check on the Bucs. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Matthew Stafford, 3 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. As you can see, the score there in the 2nd quarter. 3 touchdown passes there for Jordan Love. In the first half, it was the Alabama man, Jahmyr Gibbs, who had it cooking. He's already over 100 yards rushing for the game and has a touchdown run as well. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way. We're just about set to get back to it. Both teams making their final adjustments, and we'll head back to Atlanta and rejoin Brandon in charge.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. 1 touchdown is the difference. 17-10 our score, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So we get set to start this 3rd quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the 3rd quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one and set up to be a very entertaining 2nd half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the 2nd half?
It's caught inside the 25. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 55 yards. Looking to throw, Penix. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. 2nd down and 3, ball on the 7. They're going to look to throw. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Falcons are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Coup for the extra point.
And he gets it to go, and we're all even. 17 apiece. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the Falcons score to cap it off. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
In motion goes the tight end. Out of the gun, Goff.
That's to the tight end, Laporta. Look at the big man rumble. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Detroit. Sam Laporta.
His first touchdown of the new season.
And the Lions have taken the lead.
When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up. And that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
2nd and 1. That's out wide here for Robinson.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
That's going to be caught by Pitts.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Operating from the gun, Penix. That ball is caught. It's London for the Atlanta touchdown.
23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Falcons are an extra point away from evening this one up. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that will tie us at 24. A drive there of just 4 plays.
And it was finished off by a touchdown catch from Drake London.
Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Lions offense and Jared Goff set to take over once more. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one. And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now a play fake, and it's gone.
Into the hands of Williams across the formation. Here's 3rd and 6.
From the gun, here's Goff. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by A.J. Terrell.
And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his 2nd interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. It's a quick turnaround for them after the turnover, but the way they moved it on their last drive, they're probably eager to get right back at it.
And you know me and you know my tendencies in this situation. What do I want right now?
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. Take your shot right here.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. 56 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson.
Sheds off the tackle. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. It's a gain of 16, 1st down Falcons.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Again, it's Robinson. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
This a 2nd and 8. A give left side to Robinson.
And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10. They'll set up to throw.
Into the hands of London.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. We have played 3 quarters. Back now here on EA Sports. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. They'll run for it with Robinson, and he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
They'll run with Robinson.
And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there. But that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Here's Penix.
Steps away to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Michael Penix.
A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Falcons have broken our tie and have taken a fourth-quarter lead.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and they will take. Point lead. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Lions offense set to take over. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
And yet again, Goff is intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell.
And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up first and goal at the 5.
So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
And here now come the Falcons.
They can't ask for much more than this. They've got it first and goal from the 5.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
To the air, Penix.
Dancing to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. A line of scrimmage once again, the 5, as they get ready for second and goal.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a third and goal.
They'll try and throw. Here's Penix.
And it's caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A great play there. With his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year.
And the Falcons are closing in on a third straight victory to start the campaign. Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. Time for another look at this Lions offense.
Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. To throw is Goff. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. The offense on third down, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Now Goff. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. Desperation time for Goff on 4th. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. And looking to throw, Penix. They take to the air on the first play of the drive, and the pass just a little bit off there.
I thought there was some turbulence in the pocket there. Took him off platform, off schedule, unable to get set and make a nice throw.
2nd and 10. They'll throw with Penix.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it's going to yield a new set of downs. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Robinson is into the end zone. It's a Falcons touchdown.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Koo now for the point after.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. 5 plays there on that drive.
And it was Bijan Robinson who took it home with a touchdown run.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. Overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Back to throw. Goff.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Here's Goff.
Able to hook up with Williams here on the out route.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Goff.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it's 2nd down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long.
Under pressure, they got him again. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jair Alexander.
And the Falcons are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play. Out, they'll take that one and head to the locker room.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on.
Now it looks like he'll throw here.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
And he's got this down to the 35. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Now Penix.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And quickly they get to the line.
They'll try to throw again. Here's Penix.
Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great effort there. 31 yards.
And the Falcons up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter.
Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Now, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So